Have you ever gone through a transition? You know, when you are going from one job to another, or one location to another, or a relationship to another. And of course, transitions could also be internal, like from one way of thinking to another, from one way of treating your body to another. And transitions at their core are challenging because, especially for those of us who are on this path of becoming and evolving, every new level requires us to go through some sort of inside-out transition where we let go and release an old way and then remember and restore a new, more aligned way. And transitions, as great as they can be once we have gone through them, they're very challenging while we are in the midst of them. Which is why, for so many years, I resisted transitions. As soon as I was in one, whether it was internal or external, I would always say, I can't wait for this transition to be over. Or I would kind of like put my energy on pause, like stop breathing to thrive, and I would just try to get through this rigorous survival phase of my journey. And I would always think that on the other side of this transition was a level of safety and security. And so I couldn't wait to get there. And then I got to a point where I realized that I could begin to master my transitions, or I could allow myself to be in mastery while I was in a period of transition. That would mean that I would see the whole process differently. First, I would have gratitude for it because I would know that yet again I'm allowing myself to experience a level of transition that would ultimately allow me to grow. I would also have gratitude for the transition itself. Thank you for the lessons you bring, for the experiences that you allow me to feel, for the wisdom that you provide me with. And knowing that I was on this path in this life for a limited time, I would also realize that I had a limited number of transitions that I would be experiencing ultimately. And so why not, remember each one with a sense of reverence and joy. So all of a sudden my relationship with transition itself started changing. And then that was the foundation upon which I started to enjoy the experience even more. I would breathe through the transitions. I wouldn't look for, when it was going to be over. Yet I would allow myself to bring my best to it regardless. I would also, the most important thing that happened within me, I would also feel a sense of safety and security. One that was not dependent upon what was going to happen after the transition, but more about what I could allow myself to feel in the midst of it. A level of safety and security that was independent from external circumstances changing, and yet more dependent on my allowing myself to feel that, yes, I can feel safe and secure even in the midst of a transition where most things are unknown. My clothes for this video have been provided by Ooh La La Boutiques.